Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very, very special edition of eJuices.com Live. I am here streaming with Billy Wilson, the CEO of our company, as you guys can see over to my left. And while I'd love to tell you all the amazing things about Billy and this company, I'm going to let him do that after we roll the intro. And we're back with Billy Wilson. Guys in the live chat, let me know if you can hear us. Billy, thank you so much for coming on this show. And thank you so much for allowing me to have this show and to host it on this channel. For those of you guys who haven't met him, this is Billy Wilson, our CEO, aka awesome person who makes our work environment amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen Tank, his dog, when we did that Dog Days of Summer sale, but Tank belongs to Billy. So Billy, tell us a little bit about yourself, about how you got into eJuices.com and kind of the world of vaping, where you started and kind of how you got here.
Definitely. So I started out, I was an entrepreneur as a young kid. I started my first business when I was 13, did kind of like a mobile detailing. And by mobile, I mean it was me with a hose and a bucket. I used to walk around my parents' neighborhood washing cars. And a fun little business. I ended up having 3 or 4 friends work for me. And so I really had that entrepreneurial bug from a really young age. And then you fast forward to 2012. My business partner now, Paul Davey, started what was the third vape shop in Southern California, which was the Vapor Loft. Pretty cool to be in so early on in the space and seeing the Vapor Loft really become kind of the first customer for a lot of the really recognized brands like Five Ponds and Space Jam and Cosmic and Halcyon, some of the ones that are still big brands today. And really the whole business of e-cig distributors stemmed from looking at our customers in the loft and figuring out how could we service them better. What can we do for the vape community to bring this product to the masses, and how could we make it as easy and convenient and as transparent as possible, so people could have access to these awesome products.
And you've done an amazing job thus far, I'd say, especially considering we're the largest e-cig distributor in the world. Is that correct?
Yeah, and so really the way we look at everything at e-cig distributors is how do we solve problems? People kind of joke and say Billy's the boss, but at the end of the day, really our customers are our bosses. We're really grateful for the fact that we do have hundreds of thousands of retail customers and thousands of vape shop customers. We also service the brands as well, so we like to kind of think of ourselves as the neutral third party that plays nice with everybody, but at the end of the day, everything we do starts with how can we make this better for the customer? How can we get them better access to these products? How can we get them a wider variety of products? How do we get them their products in a timely manner? And those are the things that really, I think, kind of have led to our success, is listening to the customers, what they want, what they need, and trying to get that to them in the most efficient way possible.
I think we've done a fantastic job at that so far. And speaking of customers and products, you guys, we're doing huge giveaways tonight. So we're going to have, I believe, 8 small giveaways throughout this entire show. And then one large giveaway at the end where someone is going to win $25 a month to eJuices.com for 12 months, you guys. So if you haven't entered that giveaway already, go ahead and click it below, because we are going to be doing a giveaway after each person on this segment as well. So Billy, one of my favorite parts of working here, and I'm sure a lot of other people, is the culture that you and Paul have fostered at this company. And I see it a lot in, the vape industry in general, where there's this general camaraderie and warmth that maybe some other industries don't have. How did you take it from just a few friends to the kind of culture that we have now, where we have over 50 employees and everybody seems generally very happy with their jobs and the environment that they're in?
Yeah, so really when I look at this from both sides, I've had a wide breadth of different industries I've been involved with, everything from real estate to finance, and the days of hopping on a plane and wearing a suit and playing that whole game just was not really the culture that I enjoyed being in. So I just kind of took the things that I really enjoyed and those people around me I knew would really appreciate, and said, how can we create a comfortable environment and really try and foster a team atmosphere? Because when you look back, this industry is not built on a whole bunch of Harvard MBAs and business finances. Is really a bunch of guys that saw a void in the marketplace, saw a really cool, potentially disruptive technology, and really worked their asses off to put this together. And that's really not possible with one smart person. You've got to get a whole bunch of smart people together and really, I think, create the right environment to allow them to be successful. So everything from our 4 day a week work week to a lot of the team stuff we do to having dogs in the office, allowing people to play music, just those things that kind of make it feel like home. Because at the end of the day, when you're working 8, 10, 12 hours, that really does become your home. I know I certainly spend a lot more time in my office than I do at my house.
Yeah.
So I want to be comfortable, I want to enjoy, and I feel like that sets you up for a really good chance at success if you've got the things around you, and especially if you've got the people around you that really fit well together, and truly have that team mentality.
And I feel like the more that we grow, the more that team mentality is really apparent to a lot of people, even our customers, I feel like. So I think you guys have done an amazing job at fostering that. Now, where did you start before the whole vaping game? Because it's always interesting to hear kind of when someone comes from something that's totally unrelated into this industry. And how did you and Paul link up? Because I've heard the story, but for our viewers, how did you guys end up linking up?
Yeah, so my background, like I mentioned before, has really been a small business owner for a long time, and it's been a variety of businesses. I've owned technology businesses, some food and beverage businesses. I owned a restaurant and bar for a little while, which was probably the worst mistake of my life. And so, really, I have kind of a big smattering of experiences. But at the end of the day, for me, what really translates is listening to the customer and what they need, and trying to solve problems. Right? If you can solve a problem that helps enough people, I think at the end of the day, you'll be rewarded for that. And so really that's whether it's this business or another business or potentially a future business, that's where my heart is. That's where my heart lies. And that's what keeps me up at night is, if I was on the other end of a website, in this case, trying to find something I needed, I want to make sure it's easy. Prices are good. I know I'm going to, this company has a great reputation. They're going to do what they say. They're going to stand behind their word. All those things that I would want as a consumer as well. That's what we want to impart here. So Paul and I got connected really in 2012. He lived across the street from my ex, and we just became really good friends. They used to do a lot of really cool neighborhood events, so wine walks and beer calls, and he and I were usually the guys in the back with a cooler full of beer, kind of hanging out, just talking shop. And Paul at the time was working for a pharmaceutical manufacturing company,
Oh, okay.
and smoking for 27 years, pack plus a day, and got introduced to back in the day to the blue e-cigs, little cigalikes. So he quit cold turkey, and I had seen him in his front yard one day smoking away on this little thing, a little blue light, and was kind of curious as to what the heck he was doing over there. So he showed me what it was all about, and kind of started talking a little bit about how cool that was and what a great device it was that it got him to quit smoking because he tried everything else, never worked. So you fast forward a few months, and people in his office kept coming up to him saying, "Hey, boss, where'd you get that? Could you get me one?" And next thing you know, every Friday he was loading up, a couple $100 from different people in his office and driving down to the one store that was down in Laguna Beach, kind of filling everybody's orders, waiting in line, and just said, I feel like I have this, gut reaction that there needs to be a store somewhere in Central Orange County. Because at the time there was just the Laguna Beach store, and then there was a store kind of in kind of northwest Orange County. And so
Yeah.
he decided he was going to open it on the nights and weekends, and he did. And it just from there, it was really took off. And, but at the time we were ordering product from China, and you'd have to wire a bunch of money and and it was just really, really tough way to run a retail environment. So we said, well, if we're experiencing these problems and we believe in this technology, we think this is going to catch on. Let's try and go out and do our best to really kind of create a U.S. based supply chain. And that's what we did.
Yeah, and I think that that's so funny that it went from something that was so operational, like so in-house, if you will, to this large group of people that you guys now lead. So I think that that's fantastic. And then, the Vapor Loft, of course, we have all the, memorabilia around the office. For those of you guys who don't know, it started out as the Vapor Loft, like Billy said. But I think that that's great that you guys met and you guys were initially friends first and then turned into business partners. So was the transition, especially since it sounds like he was starting on the blues, and that was still really early in the game. So was kind of transitioning into the vape industry, figuring it out while all the new technology and products were coming out. I mean, it's way easier to start a vape company now in 2018 versus back then when everything was new. What was that like? Was it touch and go, trial and error, or?
It's a crazy story, and I joke with my friends in the industry all the time that somebody needs to write a book or make a movie because really this stuff up. And for us, it was really about just believing in the technology and what it was doing for people, and we witnessed that in Paul's life, and then also through the Vapor Loft, and that was everything from the blue Cigalikes all the way through the eJuices twist days. We used to have a big drill press, we used to have to punch cartomizers, and it was just a total nightmare to even get the thing to work. And now you look in just a few short years, how quickly the products have iterated and the technology's changed. It's a really, really exciting time. And I think anybody that tells you as a business owner that they had it all figured out and they wrote a business plan and things worked out exactly like they had on paper, they're full of it, because it's just life doesn't work that way. And so yeah, we had a whole bunch of different experiences. One great story is we literally started in Paul's son's bedroom off at college. So we had a whole bunch of eJuices twists and chargers sitting in his son's bedroom, and Paul and his wife went out to dinner and forgot to shut the bedroom door. And their good dog Sequoia happened to let the door open and eat through about 60% of the packaging on the product. So he came home and there was chargers everywhere, half-eaten boxes, and literally at the time almost put us out of business because we couldn't figure out how we were going to sell this damaged product. Never mind the fact we were going to have to wait 3 months to get some more. So it was some scary times, and we went from the bedroom, we went to a public storage facility, and we got our first small building, which is about 900 square feet, and a 3,000 square foot building, and then we moved to Irvine and got about a 12,000 square foot building. Now we're in our big building now in Vegas, and so people used to ask all the time what I did for a living, and we used to joke and just said break leases because we were going so fast and never thought we'd be able to fill up the spaces we were in, but just keep listening to customers in terms of what they want and being able to offer such a wide variety of SKUs. We're in a good place now to be able to continue to do that for the foreseeable future.
Yes, and I've noticed, and I'm sure everyone in our company has noticed, that there is a huge emphasis placed on the customer, making sure the customer gets quality service, quality product, free shipping. Is there any, other than, the basics that the customer is king, is there a reason that you have this mentality? I mean, was it like, did someone teach you that, like, the customer is the person who makes these things possible? Or, again, was that just something that you kind of found along the way?
No, I think it's a couple of things. I'm not a very smart guy myself. I didn't go to business school and had a tough time in college, but I have a lot of friends that are a heck of a lot smarter than me, and they've also started businesses. And everyone that I've seen has failed has really focused on the financial aspect, really about how can you drop more money to the bottom line versus how can you make the customer happy. And so we make decisions on a weekly basis that really don't make a whole hell of a lot of financial sense, but they're the right thing for the customer. And so we believe in the long run, similar to like Amazon does in offering their great shipping and Prime and just all these different assets. That's really what our goal is to go out and create value for the customer. And in the long term, I think we'll be rewarded. There's a lot of guys out there that just really either lower the price or have crazy shipping costs or just do a lot of stuff that, in my mind, is really, really suited just in the best interest of the company. But without a company, without your customers, you don't have a company. And I've seen it happen time and time and time again. So for me, it's really about what does the customer want and how do we get them that in the fastest, most efficient way. And we really take the mentality of build it, break it, fix it, knowing that, customer preferences and customer desires change over time. And so when we look back to where we were originally and really the brick and mortar store, and with an effort to go out and try and reach as many people as possible, we realized it was going to be very difficult to spread a retail store literally across the world. So That's really why we stayed on the digital path and really focused on our websites and our wholesale distribution and a lot of the new services we're offering now that just are able to scale a lot better and serve a lot more customers.
And I think that's why we've done so well, Billy. So, Matt just popped on. So, everybody, we're hosting a giveaway, you guys. Everyone say thank you to Billy, our CEO. He's been an amazing guest. He's given us a lot of insight into the beginnings of this company and why it operates as well as it does and why we're able to give you guys the things that we are. So, Billy, why don't you tell everyone what your favorite flavor is? Because one of you guys is going to be getting a bottle of this at the end of the show in our giveaway.
So those of you in the office know me. I've been stuck on the same flavor for about 9 months, and it's Jerry's Berries by Paparazzi, one of the best, probably the most underrated strawberry flavor on the market. But I highly recommend you try it. It's my favorite, and we've got a lot of choices in that warehouse, and it's the one that just keeps going in my tank all the time. So
Awesome. And thank you, Billy, for coming on. We really, really appreciate it. Everybody in the audience on the live chat saying thank you. So thanks from the bottom of our hearts, not just from the audience, but from everyone here at ECD for being so amazing and for making our experience so great.
well, we appreciate you. We truly appreciate our customers. So thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Billy. I will see you tomorrow morning. All right. So Matt.
Is this live?
Yes, you are live.
Yeah.
Hello, Matt. You are live. Hello, everyone who is tuning in right now. For those of you who have not joined our giveaway, we are doing mass giveaways throughout this show, you guys, one after each segment. Not to mention a huge giveaway at the end of the show where we will be giving $300 in eJuices.com credit to one lucky winner. With me now, I have Matt Hancock. And so, Matt, why don't you tell everybody who's watching what you do for the company, kind of what your formal title is, and how you learned about eSig distributors / eJuices.com. And, any general introductory stuff you'd like our audience to know about you.
Well, thanks for the introduction, Tina. It's a pleasure being on the show finally. You're doing a great job with all this. My name is Matt. I'm over here in the vendor relations department. I guess my formal title is vendor relations coordinator, but what I do over here is get all the different brands on the website. So those 2,200 brands that we offer to you guys. It's my job to reach out to these different vendors and make sure we have the updated products. Anytime something new comes out, I reach out to these guys and make sure we can offer this to our customers. I also take requests from our customers as well. If there's a flavor that you guys are looking for, it's my job to reach out, try to work with these guys to get it to be able for us to sell on the website. So, but my whole story of coming over here is I'm from Orlando. This is a brand new industry for me. Never really a smoker or anything like that, but I just saw, I came out here and I met Billy. I knew Corbin, who's on the tech team. Just a great group of guys, and just saw the way the industry was and how this company is just dominating it. And it's more to me. It's more than just selling eJuices products. I feel like we're saving lives with what we're doing. So it's definitely a blessing to be here and to be a part of this team.
That's awesome. And we're so glad to have you, Matt. I know that you started a little bit after I did, and then we heard that you were from Orlando and everything, and that you had driven cross country. Is that correct? To this job when you first got it?
Yeah, a little drama getting here. I drive an '05 Nissan Altima, barely scraping by. Car's still running, and she's my baby. But yeah, my check engine light came on. So I came from Orlando, so driving through Texas, it came on, and thought I wasn't gonna make it, but she made it. So I owe the trip to her. But yeah, I'm definitely glad I came over to the West Coast, and haven't looked back.
Very cool. And so, what has been your favorite part working for ECD thus far?
Just being a part of the environment that we work with, the people that are here, just make this experience just worth it. It's also interesting being in my role. I get to see all the new juice that comes through. I get samples on my desk every day of the new stuff that comes out. It's interesting to see the way this industry is just growing. Every day there's something new coming out, new flavor. Believe it or not, there's just about anything you can think of. There's a flavor out there for that. I'm still looking for the filet mignon with a blue cheese crumble with a little splash of A1 sauce, but I haven't found that flavor yet. It's interesting. I'm sitting here drinking Baja Blast from Taco Bell, and crazy enough, there's like 5 Baja Blast flavors out there. So it's a very unique industry, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
And for those of you guys who don't know, Matt actually helps me a lot with who I get on this live show as far as recommending vendors and stuff to me. So, all the cool guys that you guys have seen on this show and all those giveaways that we've had, a huge hand in that has been Matt. And actually, last week's show with One on One, he was one of the people who recommended, hey, you guys got to check these guys out. They have this YouTube channel, it's awesome. So, thank you for that, Matt, because that was quite an enjoyable show. But I'd also like to know, so you are kind of like the guy who gets all the juices and decides, what we're going to have, what we're not going to have on our site. What is the weirdest thing that's ever landed on your desk? Like you tasted it and just like it was a random flavor. Like what was the name of the flavor? What was it supposed to be?
Oh man, that's a good question. Well, I can't really think of off the top of my head what's come across my desk that's been bad, but going back to one-on-one flavors or whatever, Freddie over there is one of my good homies, and they have a flavor that's like a onion, wasabi, chicken flavor, which they actually do a video of them actually vaping it. It's absolutely terrible. You can see their faces in the video. But that's probably the most interesting flavor I've seen or heard about in this industry.
Oh my god. Okay, so for the audience, if you could reiterate, your job trickles down basically by their selection on our website. So that how would you say your role here at this company impacts consumers directly?
So, I mean, what I pretty much do is if there's a flavor that people are looking for, if there's a trending, like on the JuiceDB review website, if there's something that's trending, I try to reach out and make sure we can offer that to our customers. So, my job is just to see whatever people are hyping up. It's my job to make sure we have that available and to make sure we have, the right size, the nicotine strengths, all that good stuff.
So the hype man.
Yeah, I guess you could say I follow the hype train. So I'm on Instagram all the time, seeing what's new, what's out there, what are people talking about. So it's my job to collaborate with these guys and get them to work with us and be able to offer these for the customers.
So I know that most people in this industry always come out of something that's not vape related. What kind of work were you doing prior to being in vendor relations?
So I was in the hospitality industry. Being from Orlando, I was working at a Disney hotel,
Oh, fun. I
and
didn't know that.
I,
How have I
I
known you this long and not know you worked at a Disney hotel?
yeah, so I did bags and cars, and took bags up to rooms and ran to get cars for people. So I was just tired of that, wanting to get out of the hospitality industry, and that's what brought me over here. So instead of running and getting cars, now I'm running and getting brands. So that's what I'm doing now.
Or
So
driving in cars to other states to help with brands.
yeah, yeah.
And how has the transition from Orlando to Las Vegas been? Because for those of you guys who don't know, we made a move. There was actually a transition from California to Las Vegas, but a lot of us about a year ago were new, me and Matt being included in that. So, how was the transition from Orlando to Las Vegas?
Honestly, I love it. Back in Orlando, it's so humid and it's never really any cold weather. And then when it does get hot, you get all wet and sticky, and your hair gets all frizzy or whatever. And being out here, it's just nice and dry. I just like the temperature out here. A lot of people complain when it gets to 100 degrees, but honestly, being a Florida boy, I love it when it gets hot. So the desert is a nice little change for me.
I believe it. I believe it. I'm not a fan of humidity. I can't do it. So I commend you for doing that most of your life because I could not. So outside of vaping, Matt, you've got some other hobbies, right? Like you're a sports aficionado, stuff like that. When you're not like checking up on vendors and stuff, what do you like to do outside of work for fun?
March Madness, baby.
Oh
It's
my
that time of
god.
year. Don't get me started. I got my bracket over here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Are you a part of the? So guys, we.
Villanova,
Oh my
baby.
god. The people in our company, you guys, a lot of them have a deal going on. Are you a part of that bet or no? Are you in your own bracket?
No, that's Corbin's in a little bit, and he's on here next. But I'm actually in a bracket competition with one of my good buddies, Tyler from Bakecraft. They have a bracket going on, so that's my bracket with them. We have a little bet going on where whoever wins is going to be going to pay a visit to them. So they're out in San Diego, so we'll be seeing who goes where. But speaking of Vape Craft, I actually have a flavor here by them. It's Bombshell. This
Ooh.
is this is Audrey. This is Bay. It's a lemon bar with powdered sugar. I have it here.
And you guys, this collection is we're gonna be doing a giveaway for Matt's favorite collection too, so I'm gonna be linking that in the chat shortly.
This juice is bomb. It's called Bombshell, so it's got Audrey.
Oh,
She's
Hepburn. Very
yeah,
cool.
so that's my juice that I've been vaping on here.
What's that one? Why you like that one versus the other one? Since you're tasting eJuice all day.
It's a smooth flavor. It's spot on lemon. It's a custard. And you know she looks good. So tastes good, looks good. It works for me. So
Nice, very nice. So, Matt, this is something that I've noticed, and I think it would be interesting to hear it from your perspective. But in the vape industry, like I previously discussed with Billy, it seems like it's always very like warm and congenial, and there's almost like this family element to it that you don't find in a lot of other industries. And I'm sure being in vendor relations, talking to these vendors all the time, you must have experienced something similar. Do you notice a difference in business relationships in this industry versus other industries?
it's definitely a lot more close niched. It's a very small industry, believe it or not. Everyone seems to know everybody. You know, a lot of these guys I work with are my age or, you know, around my age, and they're all kind of the same similar backgrounds. Just a lot of cool people that like to have fun and, you know, also like to, you know, do business as well. So it's pretty cool. It's like Billy was mentioning earlier, we're not working with a bunch of people with MBAs or anything like that. We're working, you know, with down to earth people, and it's just cool to be in this industry, and everyone's pretty cool.
So, did you ever see yourself going into something like vendor relations, or again, was that kind of just like a surprise for you and you just kind of, because I know for me, I've fallen into like a lot of things that I never thought I would be in
Yeah.
that position, and then I was. So,
No, I love my job here. It's honestly the best career choice for me right now. I just love being able to communicate with people on a daily basis. I like to talk, and just be personable with people. So honestly, I thought vendor relations was the best fit for me in this company.
agreed. And for all of you guys out there, I'm always bothering Matt and being mean to him, but he's a good sport about it. So, and you know Corbin, who we're about to have on next. And guys, I'll tell you about Corbin when he pops on in about a minute or two. But so how did you meet Corbin? Just for this to
So me
transition
and
you
Corbin
guys.
go way back when we were in diapers. I think. Well, I wore diapers till I was like 8. Anyways, yeah, I met Corbin when I was middle school, elementary. I can't remember. Yeah, we just grew up playing baseball together, and just always stayed in touch. He moved to California right after college, and you know he told me about this company that he was helping start up with Billy and all them, and then when they were moving from California to Vegas, he just reached out and was just like, dude, you should come out here and be a part of the team. And they flew me out here little little less than a year ago, and just I loved it when I came here. I got to meet everybody, and yeah, it was a done deal from there. So yeah, I'm glad I came. All thanks to Corbin and Billy and all them for bringing me over here. So it's been a good ride for sure.
And when is your year date actually with the company?
May 8th.
May 8th. Wow, you're literally
Yeah.
like a month behind me, huh? May
Yeah.
8th. All right, Matt. Well, do you have any closing thoughts for our viewers? And if you could hold up your bottle of eJuice one more time for all the people who just popped in.
Bombshell.
And what was the
Audrey.
flavor? Audrey, that's your favorite.
Audrey, yeah. Cheese bad.
So for all of you guys who are watching any of the bottles in this collection, somebody is going to win one, and it's going to be reduced down to $1 for you. So somebody is going to win any of the bottles out of this collection. So it doesn't have to be Audrey. That's just Matt's favorite flavor. But if you
No,
like
it has
it,
to be Audrey.
oh, it has to be Audrey. But like seriously, it doesn't have to be Audrey. So any thoughts in closing that about vendor relations, about ECD in general, about your
No, I just want to
experience?
thank everyone that's tuned in right now. If there's any flavor out there that we do not currently have, please reach out. I'll do my best to get that for you guys. But it's you know definitely big thanks to all you guys that are watching right now and being a part of this big growth. So Thanks, guys.
Awesome. And thank you, Matt. Everyone in the chat, let's say thanks to Matt for giving us some awesome insight on vendor relations. And Matt, I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a good
Bye, guys.
night. Thank you guys. All right, so for all of you guys who are just bopping in, or if you've been watching for a while, we have Corbin with us. Corbin, welcome and thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We just got done talking with Matt about how long you guys have known each other and kind of how he started here and stuff. So, Corbin, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what your formal title is, and how you got started with ECD? Because you've been here since the beginning, so.
Yeah, sure. My name's Corbin. I've been with ECD for almost 5 years, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer, so do a lot of the website and technical stuff.
And so how did you end up becoming CTO? Like how did that happen? Did you just have, because I know that you used to be like the Pokemon Go master and like the tech dude to go to, right? And now you're the CTO of a company.
Yeah, Pokemon Go is awesome for sure. The way that I started with ECD was actually at the very bottom. I was packing orders from the time that we got our very first online order. I was, putting together the website and helping sell the products online. And then when the orders came in, it was how do we pack these and ship them out as efficient as possible. And then from there, it was just learning the new technologies that were available in the space at the time and trying to connect them all together in the best way possible. And 5 years later, we ended up here, and there's been a ton of new things to learn. And I'm just really, honestly, just super blessed to have the opportunity and just happy to be a part of the team that's gotten us so far. But it's been a lot of fun since the beginning, just helping solve problems for this company and helping so many people out there quit smoking.
So I know what you do, but can you tell the viewers kind of how your position correlates to them? So what do you do that directly affects the customer when they're ordering from us?
Okay, yeah. So some of the things that have happened recently that affect that the customers can see on their end are the biggest thing. I think the biggest impact would be all the new items that we have available from our third-party suppliers. So all the new hardware that's on the sites, a lot of the new e-liquid that's coming from different places on the sites. Those integrations that happen on the back end where different warehouses are connecting with our websites and different things. Those integrations are really what a lot of my focus is on. And the more we can, partner with other people and offer our customers more products, the better we can do as a company, and the happier our customers are. So that's one of the big things on the back end that takes up a lot of my time.
And then you moved from the situation, where you said you were there in the beginning, where you're packing orders and you had all the stickers and everything from it being in a bedroom to a storage unit to a company, full blown operation, if you will. But you do all the back end stuff on our website and stuff. So even the internet and like building websites has progressed from then in 2012 and 2013. So what was that difficult? Not just keeping up with like the new technologies as far as vaping, but actually making sure that the website and the speed and everything reflects the times and people's expectations.
Yeah, totally. Not a super easy task. It requires a lot of just a deep level of thinking and a lot of teamwork with a lot of the people here to make sure that we're all on the same page and we know that we're moving forward with what's best for the company. And along the way, it's been crazy. Yeah, it was from back in the day, was literally my day was get there early in the morning, print all the orders out, pull all the orders with one or two other warehouse people, help pack and print all the orders and ship them out with a couple other. We only had like two or three warehouse people. Then I would go up when I got a break for lunch. I'd go up and answer any customer service tickets we just did it just regular old email. We didn't even have like a ticketing system or anything back then. So I'd respond to those, get reshipments out for people who had any issues with their order, and then go back out to the warehouse, finish packing, and then go back up to the office and work on the website, work on making things more efficient, work on the other websites, and just working on everything on the back end to help try to build the kind of the infrastructure of what we have now that's just a lot more efficient than what we had back then. I was literally taking tape off of a tape roll and printing shipping labels off a piece of paper and cutting it out with scissors and then putting it onto the package. And, and all you customers at home, you know, now when you get your package, it's a nice package with a label that's printed from the label printer, and it's just it's a totally different experience. And you know, it's still the same great product and hopefully the same great shipping time, and everything's actually probably a lot faster now that we're got so many people in the warehouse shipping way faster than I could have ever done. But yeah,
Hey, hey, you did what needed to be done, Corbin. You don't come down on yourself like that. You were there. You were the one.
Yeah, there's a handful of us that got it done back then, and there's a great huge team that we have now that we're just I'm honored to be part of the team.
And for those of you guys who are watching, Corbin's still here till like 7 o'clock every night. So just because he's been in the game for a while doesn't mean that he stopped staying late by any means. And I'm going to go ahead and take a moment just to let everybody know about our giveaway since we have some new people popping in. So all of you guys in the chat, I know there's a lot of new people tonight. So be sure to join our giveaway. The link is below the video. We're doing multiple giveaways throughout the show. And then at the end, we're doing a huge giveaway worth $300 of credit to eJuices.com. So you're definitely going to want to do that right now and join that right now. So Corbin, what has been your favorite part at working for ECD? I mean, it's grown so much since you've even begun. Or if you don't have one, then a few of your favorite things.
Yeah, so some of my favorite things about working for this company are the environment, the atmosphere that we have, the culture, just the morale, and just the teamwork that we have here with everybody involved with a common goal. It's definitely the biggest part. And then to go out and to be out, you know, on a Friday night and see people, you know, that normally would have been smoking, you see them vaping, and you just know that, you know, whether how small it was, you had some kind of impact in helping deliver a product to consumer that is just it's just a great product in my opinion. And we've seen that it helps people stop smoking regular cigarettes, and it's just great to see, and it's great to be a part of, and I think it's going to have a good impact on a lot of people.
Absolutely. And I think even since you guys have started, it's grown exponentially, which is why we've been able to grow so much, you know? But I would love to know kind of how, so other than being around from the beginning, how did you get into vaping yourself? So how did you get interested in the industry, like into it? Was it the job that kind of like dictated your interest in it? Or did you have an interest prior?
Yeah, so kind of like Matt was saying, I moved to California straight out of college to work for ECD, and I moved out with the opportunity to be a part of the team when ECD was very first starting. I was probably the second employee, and I was a baseball player in college and throughout life before that. And I used to dip a lot. I used to dip tobacco all the time. It was just an everyday thing. I would always have a dip in my mouth, and it was great. And you know,
The
the
baseball
nicotine,
player's curse.
yeah, it was something where it wasn't new to me with the nicotine, but the vaping, that was a whole new thing. Vaping was just like, I was like, wait, like what? Like how did you just blow that cloud? Like what is that? And then it's like, oh, this is vaping. It was like, okay, like so you're telling me you can get the same like nick rush from that as you can from dipping tobacco in your mouth, and you don't have to put a wad of tobacco in your mouth. Like okay, like I'll try it. But I actually vaped for about 2.5 years, and I started out at 6 milligram. I worked my way down to three. When three got popular, it came out. It was not even a thing, and then 1.5 became a thing, and I started doing 1.5. And now I don't really vape on an everyday basis. If I go out with friends and I have a drink, then I'll vape, but it's not something that I constantly do anymore. So kind of got me off of that dip habit.
That's awesome. So it was already kind of starting before you even had the opportunity to join your interest in it, I should say. And then boom, now you're here.
Yeah, from the first second I saw it, I was like, wow, this is going to change a lot of people's lives, and it's going to help me definitely with my habits. And, you know, it definitely did.
Definitely. So, Corbin, what do you see for the next 5 years? You've been here. What do you see for the next 5 years? Where do you see us going?
That's the golden question right there. As far as this industry and as far as this business, it's we're starting to see a lot of larger companies start to separate themselves from the rest of the playing field, and we're starting to see some acquisitions happening. We're starting to see some mergers happening, and I think it's going to continue, and I think that big tobacco is going to continue to try to make their way into the industry, even though some have come and failed. I think that it's an inevitable thing where they're going to try to come and acquire and work their way into the industry. And I just hope it's for the better. I hope it's for the good of vaping, and I hope that it's not to the detriment at all of vaping. But I think that we will continue to grow into tons of other markets that we're starting to see all over the globe. The UK market's already huge. I think it's a lot bigger than the US market already, which is pretty awesome to see. But I think eventually there's going to be all kinds of new markets all over the world and just expansion. And I think that we're going to see ECD as a company expand to other places worldwide, which are already kind of in the works. And I think that hopefully, as I said, hopefully when Big Tobacco does put their feet in the game, then they're gonna, do it for the good of the industry.
Absolutely, and I think that I think that they should. It's easier to join us than fight us, because I think that it's been shown that the people in this company are not company industry are ready to put up a fight for that. So, back to my previous question, and just because I'm personally curious myself, how has the technology with vaping and kind of website building changed since you started? Because I know it's changed, but like how?
Yeah, I think that when we first started, everybody who was selling vape products or manufacturing was every person in the industry was using spreadsheets and sending emails, and we talk about this all the time. I'm sure Billy probably touched on some of it, but just the way that technology has helped this industry become more efficient and expedite the way that orders and things, invoices and everything, the way that everything transacts in this industry, everybody's catching up with technology. And so I think that ECD played a big part in a lot of people's technology decisions, because we see other people using similar technologies as us. I think that it is for the good of the industry when everybody kind of stops using Excel spreadsheets and emailing them back and forth, and actually builds a website, builds an order management system that can handle all kinds of different retail and wholesale orders. And I think it's good for them to keep the data for any regulatory purposes, and I think it's also just really good for efficiency of orders coming back and forth between suppliers, distributors, and then to the end consumer.
And I think that we've definitely, even since in the past year since I've been down, we've narrowed down the time for the consumer and made things a lot more accessible to them. So, Corbin, why don't you tell us about your favorite flavor? Because, like I said, you guys, we are giving away each employee's favorite, collection of their flavor. But, Corbin, why don't you show us what your flavor is so that we can pop that collection up in our live chat?
Yeah, I don't have it on me, but it's Crunchy by Halcyon Vapors. That's by far my all day. It always was my all day vape, and it's still my go to when I'm vaping. It's something that never gets old for me. It's like a very tart, sweet, lychee flavor with a little bit of cranberry. It's a great flavor. I think it might still be the #1 top seller on eJuices.com, just because it was like one of the top ones way back in the day, and then still continuing. It's been still a good seller. So Crunchy by Halcyon Vapors is my go-to.
It's an oldie but a goodie. So, Corbin, we have Kristen popping on right now. We're about to hop on with her. Do you have any closing thoughts for our customers?
Thanks for shopping with us, and we enjoy your feedback. So if you notice anything that can be improved, please send us a message, and we hope you enjoy shopping with us, and we're happy to have you.
Absolutely. And thank you for coming on tonight, Corbin. Everybody in the live chat, let's thank Corbin for going through Tech Team. And he's Chief Technology Officer of our company. So all of the fancy website stuff that you guys see, that's all Corbin and his team. So thank you, Corbin. And I'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Have a good night. So now, guys, with us, we have Kristen Davey, a.k.a. the daughter of the company. So Paul, her father, along with Billy, established ECD, and now we have the amazing company that we do. So we have Kristen Davey with us, and she used to do some of the social media and stuff that I do, and then she moved into purchasing. So she actually does a lot in this company as far as getting you guys your products. So Kristen, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about the beginning of the company, and a little bit about purchasing and how's that been going for you and kind of how it correlates to the customer.
Yeah, so well, I've been with companies since before ECD was even a thing. We had originally the retail store, the Vapor Loft, for some of you who actually might be watching know of, in Orange, California. And from there, it just, my dad's time kind of started moving into going into this distribution thing with Billy, as I heard he was talking about earlier, and that's and in between the retail store and moving into the distribution company, I was going to school and whatnot. So, but I have definitely been a part of it, and from day one for the most part. And so yeah, I originally started with marketing that was my main role in ECD at the beginning, and then because we actually started to need a real marketing team, I decided to step down from that and move into purchasing, which is basically where I now spend most of my time, going after vendors who aren't getting us our product, making sure our product is on the shelves for our customers in a timely manner, and that everything that you guys are wanting and needing is being stocked, hopefully as quickly as possible. So, yeah, so that's that.
Yeah, and a lot of people in the chat right now are saying thank you for the great service. Thank you for all the fast shipping. You rock. So you've got a lot of fans in the live chat, Kristen.
Well, that's good.
So kind of watching it grow from what it was to what it is today, what have been some of your favorite parts of being a part of ECD? Not only being one of the people who helped to get it started and moving those boxes in your brother's room and everything, but kind of watching it grow to what it is today. What have been your favorite parts?
Well, it would definitely have to be the amount of people and amazing people I've been able to work with. Without my parents taking that extreme, huge leap of faith, my dad quitting his job to start this company, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, and I wouldn't have met the amount of amazing customers and the amazing people that I've been able to work with in the past. It's probably been close to probably 7 years for us, 8 years actually, I think. So it's been a long haul, and it's been really fun. And I mean, there's been so many people that obviously I would have never met because of it. So
definitely. And I think that everyone here, I think everybody here agrees that it's the people, it's the culture, it's the environment for sure that everybody really enjoys, and that's what keeps people, So what has been the most rewarding part for you as far as being in purchasing? Have you had people reach out to you other than in this live chat right now with all your fans? What's been the most rewarding part of stepping into that purchasing role?
Well, I mean, I am kind of behind the scenes. I don't really deal with customers very often as far as on the purchasing side, but I do deal with a lot of vendors and reaching out. Of course, they're not always extremely happy to hear from me because I'm reaching out because we're missing bottles or they're expired or where's our packages, that kind of thing.
There's some issue.
Yeah, exactly. They're not always excited to hear from me, but I've met some great people through this industry, and being in purchasing, just because I do have the contacts with the vendors and that kind of thing. And, we have over 2,000 brands on our website. So that's roughly, it's probably leads up to 1,600 to 1,800 different vendors that we deal with on a daily basis. So, it's been, yeah, exactly. A lot. And it's a lot to handle, but it's been really fun. And, getting to meet people down at trade shows and that kind of thing, putting a face to a name and all of that. It's been really rewarding and fun.
Yeah, no, and it sounds like it too. I haven't personally been to one of the trade shows yet, but every time you guys come back, I always hear fun stories from them. So why don't you touch on a little bit, because Billy briefly touched on it, but for all of our viewers, why don't you touch on some of the early days for us, kind of exactly how it got started as far as your family's end of things, sure. And then, how it progressed from there into what it is today.
Yeah, so, well, my dad, he smoked for 27 years before he decided to make the switch. We were actually at a walk for one of our really close friends. She had cystic fibrosis. She was a really close family friend. So we were at a cystic fibrosis walk, and she, one of her friends, it was kind of a mutual friend. We hadn't met her before, I don't think. I don't know. My parents may have known her, but I didn't know her. Anyway, so she was vaping. Her and actually Doug from Doc Bailey's back in the day. Now it's No Hype vapor, but
Yeah.
yeah, so back in the day that we were at a walk and they were vaping, and my dad's like, "What is this? What are you guys doing?" You know, like, because
Yeah.
there was, I mean, at the time there was nothing. So they kind of explained it to him. He tried it and like just like, whoa, this could actually work. You know, this could actually help me quit smoking. So he ordered. I think it was probably that night or the next day. He ordered a. I mean, I think it was called Green Smoke. It wasn't. It was before blue. There was no blue. I mean, it was like this little pen, cigarette thing, and he tried that, and sure enough, he was able to, he got into it, and I mean that it worked for him, but he wanted something better, so he's searching and trying to find what the next best thing would be, and before he knew it, he was able to find stores in Orange County, which were very rare at the time. There was one in Laguna Beach called Eastig City, and then there was one in Cerritos, which was called Vape Rev, and either one of those was about a half an hour drive from us. So he's like, there's got to be a better way, like I can't be making these drives, to go pick up my juice and all of that. So that's at that point is when he decided that he was going to move into trying figuring out if he could open a store. And so as Billy mentioned, my brother was off to college, so it was him, or my dad, my mom, and I. We were at the shop painting on the weekends and getting the place ready, and I have a small background in interior design, so I was able to really help them out and get the shop looking aesthetically pleasing. And so from there, we had our grand opening. I think it was November 10th of 2012, and the store was absolutely packed. And from that day forward, it was just constant customers coming in, and it was a really good thing. Well, vaping industry started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we had more stores were opening up closer and closer to us, and so our sales were starting to go down as far as that went. And that's when we decided, along with Billy, once we got in with him and my dad and him talked, that's when they decided that it was really time to start a distribution side, because all these stores needed product just like we did. So yeah, so that's kind of the early days, and that's where we originally started. But
and how has the transition, because for those of you guys who don't know, we mentioned it earlier, but ECD actually transferred from Irvine, California to Las Vegas, Nevada. So how has that transition been for you? You grew up in California and stuff, correct?
Yes. Yeah, born and raised in Orange County, California. At first, I was completely and totally devastated, as most of us were. I wanted to stay. I did not want to move. And but living in California, my options were very limited because I couldn't afford to live on my own. Not to mention, I was living with my parents at the time, so my house and my job were moving. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going.
Here we go.
6 months. See if I can find something in California. But you know what? I ended up moving here, and I absolutely love it because it's just the quality of life. I mean, of course, the summers are
they're hard.
But other than that, it's really fun. It's a really fun place to live.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. See, for me, I wasn't born here, but I was raised here. So the heat I got a little used to. Yeah. But most people don't complain because the winters don't get too bad. There's never too much crazy weather. But yeah, so my question is, do you notice like a huge culture shift between SoCal to Vegas as far as vapors themselves? So have you seen more in SoCal or more in Vegas, or is there like a different kind of culture from one to the other, or does it seem pretty similar throughout on the West Coast?
I would say, okay, so because I'm not in the retail side anymore, that's where we obviously really noticed it, was being on the retail side, because we'd have customers coming in and out of the store. I can say, which I don't know if anybody's touched on yet, that we did back in, I want to say it was like 2014, 15-ish, open a store in Las Vegas.
Oh, nobody's brought that up yet. Yes, yes.
It was in the downtown container park, and I honestly think it was just the location. It was really cool store. It was in a shipping container, and but it didn't end up working out so well for us. And I think it was honestly just the location. But I mean, the thing with Vegas is you can smoke anywhere here.
Yeah.
There's no incentive to quit other than your health. Or, I mean, honestly, there really isn't. Whereas in areas in California,
Oh,
you know, you can't smoke anywhere. So, I mean, that's part of it. But the vaping industry really started in Southern California. So I'm going to always say that it's going to be, you know, it's huge. I mean, it is. So
that's one thing that I didn't even think of either. The restrictions in California on smoking versus Vegas. Yeah, I could see how, especially in California, people would want to transition to something that was a little bit more accepted and a little bit, you know, they've got the whole health craze and stuff out there before it hits the rest of the states.
Exactly,
LA and New York always get it, but that's something that I've noticed that the West Coast seemed to embrace it a lot faster than the East Coast did. Have you found that with vendors as well, that they're suddenly popping up on the East Coast, or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily pay too much a lot of the time to their location. That's more of a Matt thing. And he kind of deals with that. But yeah, I mean, it definitely West Coast to East Coast, and I mean, I think it's probably that way with a lot of stuff. They're maybe behind on it with us, but you know, it's just it's interesting, and I think I don't know why it was, but Southern California just kind of originally became the hub for vaping, and I don't know why that is. I just don't. I mean, it could have just been that there was those 2 or 3, 4 stores in the very beginning that, you know, brought it all together, you know?
Definitely. And we talked a little bit earlier with, I believe it was Billy said it. It was either Billy or Corbin told the Sequoia story of how she broke in and ate all the cartridges. So for all of you guys who are watching, if you heard about the dog earlier, Sequoia, that's Kristen and her family's. Oh my God, there she is! Almost single-handedly put you guys out of business that month. Wow, what a resilient pup. She was like, she's all good to go. And this was years ago, you guys.
Yeah, she used to be a puppy, but she's nice and old now, but she doesn't act like it. So
yeah,
she'd probably still eat up stuff if she could.
Spirit of a puppy.
Yeah.
So for you guys who are watching, I see a lot of new people popping into the chat. We are doing a major giveaway, you guys. We're doing multiple giveaways in between segments, as well as one big giveaway at the end of the show. And yes, you guys do have to be here. So if we select the giveaway winners around 7:45, 7:50, and you're not here in the chat to say that you're present, we will have to move on to another winner. So, Kristen, do you have any thoughts that you'd like to let our customers know? Anything in closing regarding anything, ECD, eJuices.com, your position, any personal details you'd like them to know?
Well, I mean, it's been a fun ride. I mean, it really has, and I wouldn't take it for granted at all. I know I kind of just got lucky, and, you know, my parents just happened to, you know, take a chance, and it's crazy to think about, honestly, because my life would be so much different had they not made that decision to do that. And everybody's life would be so much different.
My life would be different.
Exactly. I mean, think about we've probably had 100 employees or so come back and forth through our doors, if not even more than that. And I mean, just an opportunity to give them jobs, and and that's the countless customers that we've serviced. It's been fun. It's been really fun.
And I know that everybody here is grateful for it and grateful for getting their eJuices as quickly as you do for them. So, Kristen, why don't you go ahead and show us your favorite flavor? Because, you guys, we are giving away this flavor collection as well. And that's The Neighborhood. And what is the name of the flavor? Honor, you guys. And what does it taste like?
It is a strawberry Pop Rocks flavor. And I kid you not, I've been vaping it for probably close to 2 years now.
Oh my God, really? Is that what's always in your tank?
Well, I drip. I'm old school and I still drip. But yeah, it is. And I don't know why. We have way too many 40,000 SKUs on our website, and I can't find anything else to vape. But it's good, so I'll stick with it.
Hey, that's okay. Listen, everybody's got their ADV, everybody's got their preferences. So, you guys, we're going to be giving away one of those bottles as well. We're going to have 8 mini giveaway winners and then 1 big overall giveaway winner. So, Kristen, while we wait for the next person to pop in momentarily, why don't you tell us a funny story? Anything, like the funniest thing that's happened since you started.
He's here, so I don't have to do that.
Okay, well, Sequoia was a good one. That was a good one at the time being. So, I'm going to let you go, Kristen. Everyone in the chat, say thank you to Kristen for all the amazing answers that she's given us tonight, for the amazing job she does getting you guys your eJuice in a timely manner. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Good night. See you tomorrow morning. All right, guys, I have Tim with me, but it looks like he's still waiting to log in. So while Tim takes an opportunity to hop on and get his camera rolling, I'm going to remind you guys again, for those of you who hopped in, that we have a giveaway going on right now, you guys. So in this giveaway, everybody's going to get, who enters, we're going to have 8 winners who get a bottle of each of the things that all of us have been saying. So Christian just told us her favorite flavor. It's out of the neighborhood collection, so any of the bottles in the neighborhood collection, our giveaway winner is going to receive one of those. Another giveaway winner is going to receive Corbin. His favorite collection was Halcyon, so you're going to go ahead and get an opportunity to get a bottle for free from the Halcyon collection, and so on. And at the end of the show, like I said, we'll be announcing all these giveaway winners. Number 1 through 8 will be receiving the mini giveaway prizes, and number 9 on the list will be our final ultimate overall winner, who will be receiving $25 a month to eJuices.com in credits for a year, you guys. So be sure to enter that giveaway. If you have not already done so, please give it away. Be sure to go and enter that giveaway. And if you guys haven't already checked out our brand ambassador program, I see some brand ambassadors in the house right now. Hello, everyone. And be sure to check that out if you guys want to get eJuice for utilizing your social media to reach out to people and tell us a little bit about eJuices.com, then you should click that link as well. So we're waiting for Tim to log on, guys, momentarily. And in the meantime, go ahead and chat amongst yourselves. We've got this giveaway going while we wait for Tim to log on. And if you guys have any questions for me regarding eJuices.com in this moment while we're waiting for everything to hop on and get organized on the screen, go ahead. I can't juggle for you, Juice Man Dan, but if you guys have any questions regarding me or my job, feel free to ask. And I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity actually to show you guys my favorite flavor, which is also a part of the giveaway. So my favorite flavor is Strawberry Donut. It's called Taurus by Rocket Sheep. And anything in the Rocket Sheep collection, whoever is going to enter the giveaway, someone is going to receive a bottle out of that collection. It's delicious. It's a strawberry donut. So if you guys are interested in Rocket Sheep, which is an awesome brand, go ahead and join that giveaway because that is my personal favorite. That is my ADV. I am a huge fan of it. So go ahead and enter that giveaway, you guys. In the meantime, we will wait for Tim to hop on. Is your job just being awesome, still using the Tesla? Yes, Rob, my job is being awesome and using the Tesla. My vape, Nicholas, what he was just talking about, is the Tesla Sig Nano. It's very steampunk looking, and I'm a huge fan of it. I've had it for a few months. It's really, really heavy. So it's not something that I would take out with me, but this is my like little to-go setup that I bring out with me. So my setup for those of you guys who are asking is the Tesla Sig Nano with an Arctic tank. But I also have this just e-leaf for when I go out, and it's just kind of like my chill thing. So, let's see. Damien wants a dab. Okay, you guys. I hope Tim comes on really soon. I can't juggle and I can only dab for so long. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves. Yes, KBN is right. I am the social media guru. So any other questions for me in the meantime while we have this little lag on our end, feel free to ask. Yes, I see some brand ambassadors in the house. Hello, you guys. My squonk mod, that's not my squonk. I have a bunch of people in the office who have squonks that are trying to convert me, but I do not have a squonk. And our screen is all messed up for some reason, you guys.
Here, no, don't resize.
Oh, don't resize. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just while we're working on the technical difficulties, you guys. How do you enter the giveaway? Alan, we have a link underneath the video. You can go ahead. Yes, Damien, I know we're having technical difficulties right now, so I had to angle it this way. If you guys haven't heard of the Brand Ambassador Program, I see a lot of them popping up in the chat right now talking about it, so it's super interesting. Feel free to check it out if you guys want to utilize your social media. And you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and try to fix this while we wait for the next person to come on. So, you guys, since Tim seemed to have some technical difficulties, I'm going to go ahead and pull on another member of our team. His name is Alex. He is awesome, and he works in marketing with me, so he's about to pop on in a minute. Damian Jameson is coming on at the end of the show to announce the giveaway winner with me. So, for those of you guys who watched the show last week, the person that I had on is Jameson, who was doing the donut eating contest and who we pied each other in the face. He's going to be on at the end of the show with me, helping me close out. Patrick wants to know what's my favorite movie theater snack. Popcorn, of course, Patrick. All right, you guys, now with me, I have Alex Udarve, who works with me in the marketing department, aka my bestie here. Alex, welcome on the show. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
So yeah, the guys, we got our surprise guest. So Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got involved with eJuices.com, ECD, and how you got into the vape game?
So my name's Alex. I'm a transferee from California, and I've been with the company for about 2 years now. I work in the marketing department. I do a lot of the creative, a lot of the designs that you see on our advertising, and a lot of the stuff with the website. And I also work on retail emails, so I'm the one that's kind of spamming your email box. And yeah.
And Alex is also the one telling people that I like liver sandwiches on the show. It's fine, you guys. But yes,
yeah, I do help moderate in the background, and I help kind of set up the show and all that stuff for you.
So everything that you guys see, from the graphics where it says 5-year anniversary special to the background that I'm talking on right now, that's all Alex. He's the one who makes it possible. I'm sure some of you guys have seen us like pop on to do tests a day in advance or something for this show. That's always Alex helping us test. So he is the man with a plan here in the marketing department. So Alex, why don't you tell us how you got into vaping?
Let's see. I was smoking for about maybe 12, 13 years or something like that. And my dad I bought my dad a Ego Twist setup with a cartomizer for Black Friday. And I ended up just getting one for myself, and it was kind of downhill from there. A mechanical mod, and
now you're on that squonk game.
I'm just like, I keep buying different mods now, and it's just I haven't had a cigarette in about 3-4 years now. So
wow, I didn't know that you went that long without a cigarette. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So Alex, you've been here almost 2 years, right? Your work anniversary is coming up in April, correct?
Yeah, I'm actually April 4th. I believe you were the 3rd.
Yep. Yep. My beginning of working here was Alex's 1-year anniversary, and he was the one. Me and Alex actually shared a desk, you guys. So there was no furniture here for like the first 2 weeks, and so me and Alex had like our little corners, and like we used like half of the desk to work, and that's how Alex became my bestie. So
yeah, funny story. It wasn't even a full desk. It was a tabletop, and then it was held up by cardboard moving boxes. So that's what we were working on.
Yes, and we worked very hard so that you. So that was actually when we established this YouTube channel for you guys too, back in April. So, Alex, why don't you tell me, kind of other than sending emails, what you do and how it directly affects the consumer for those who are popping in right now?
What I also do is kind of observe the user experience of the websites. If something seems out of place or something kind of seems like a hassle to place an order for a product, what I'll do is go in there and kind of rearrange certain things and make things a lot easier for the viewer to, or for the user to make that purchase.
Yeah, definitely. So all of the things that you guys see whenever we're like adjusting things, it's either Corbin or Alex or someone on the back end working that. So Alex, why don't you tell me what has been one of your favorite things about working for ECD? You've been here 2 years, so that's still a lot longer than some of the newer employees have been. So what has been your favorite parts of your experience, I should say?
The best thing definitely is the environment and the people that we work with. Everyone's really supportive, and they're just good people. They've become my family. My family's still back in California, but my family is out here is ECD, and yeah.
And that's pretty much what everyone I think at our company says, that it's kind of like their second family and stuff like that. I mean, we spend so much time together, but other than that, it is a very warm environment. So that seems to be kind of the theme throughout the show, that the culture here is what really keeps people. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. It's that, and everyone has a common goal to help the customer, and make vape accessories and vaping products available to everyone out there. That's the big goal.
And for all of you guys who tuned in at the beginning of the show, that sick little intro sequence that we had, Alex just whipped that up about a week or two ago. So you can thank him for all the cool graphics. If you watch our YouTube channel, the intros and all that, or any of pretty much anything graphic wise, is Alex, our sale posts, all that good stuff. So, Alex, so other than like your experience with ECD, what has been your experience with vapors outside of that? Were you like one of the OG vapors? Was it still like in transition when you started, or were you more on like the new technology?
I was kind of, I guess, around 2012, 2013. There was still a lot of ego twist and the 306 atomizers and um, I don't know, clearamizers and all that. So I wouldn't say it's like an OG thing, but I guess that's when the boom started happening. And now it's a lot more accessible, I guess, and the efficiency of these devices are a lot better. The taste is a lot better, and yeah, there's just a million options out there for the beginners to the more intermediate and then to the advanced people as well. So yeah, there's a big difference.
And we have Damien in the chat quoting Mean Girls. He said he saw Alex wear army pants and flip flops, so he bought army pants and flip flops. For all of you guys who are seeing Damien in the chat, he used to work with us. So if you wonder how he knows all of us, that's why. Alex.
I don't know about the flip flops. I don't do flip flops.
I know you don't. If you guys have ever seen Alex in our office, he's always looking real sharp. He's got his slacks, his button up shirt, he's got his nice shoes, he's ready to go. I was shocked one day, I think, when I saw you in something that was like very casual. So,
Maybe it was inventory day or something.
yeah. Well, that's another thing, you guys. When we do inventory, the whole company does inventory. It's not just our warehouse team. We set aside one day in November, I believe, where the entire company went through our inventory to make sure that everything was right, that nothing was expired, that we were giving you guys the best product. It was like an all hands on deck kind of thing. So, Alex, what has been your experience prior to vaping? So I always ask people this. I'm like, what were you doing before you got into this industry? Because it's so young and it's so new.
Let's see. I went to art school and I have a bachelor's degree in graphic design. So I've always been into the media and advertising side. I've worked at the most corporate environments to the earliest startups, insurance companies, doing design and some front end development. And after that, I kind of got tired of it, of the having to dress up and wear tucked in shirts and all that. So I started off working at a vape shop in Buena Park, and we were also a manufacturer. It was a e-liquid line called Vaping Monkey, and then I was into that about 3 years, and then Paul hit me up one night, and I was out of town. And when I got back, I came in for an interview, and I've been here ever since. It's been amazing.
That's awesome. And it's been amazing to work with you, Alex. I know everybody other than just the company itself. You guys, Alex won an award for being so cool in our company awards that we give out to people. But Alex, why don't you go ahead and show us your favorite flavor or tell us about it, because we're going to go ahead and throw that in the giveaway, you guys, whatever Alex's favorite flavor is.
My favorite flavor is Yogi, the original, but right now I have Devil's Punch Bowl, so let's put this up. Devil's Punch Bowl by Cali Vapors.
Okay, so you guys, Cali Vapors. So we're going to put the collection in the chat for Cali Vapors. Like I said, for any of these giveaway items, we have people popping in and out. We're going to be giving away all these bottles, and then at the end of the show, our overall winner is going to be listed. So we're going to have 8 mini giveaway winners and 1 overall big winner to wrap it all up, and that winner is going to receive $300 worth of credit to eJuices.com. So we've got Megan about to pop in just a moment. Alex, it looks like she's trying to get on the screen. So do you have any closing thoughts for our customers, for our audience, anything that you'd like them to know?
Yeah, just say thank you for shopping with eJuices.com. We have a bunch of awesome plans for you. We're working on improving your shopping experience and truly making eJuices.com yours. Yeah, I mean, thank you for the feedback. We wouldn't be anywhere without your feedback and your support. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you, Alex, for popping on. Everyone in the chat, say thank you to Alex. He works so hard, as everyone here does. And I will see you shortly, Alex.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good night. And you guys, while Megan is trying to get on right now, feel free to ask me any questions in the meantime, because I think we're having a little bit of an issue with people trying to dial in remotely. So while that happens, feel free to ask any questions about the company. Feel free to chat about yourself. Feel free to ask me any silly questions in the meantime while we get this up and going. So Megan, are you on? Can you hear us, or you don't have any audio? Okay. So I'm going to wait for Megan to, looks like she might be popping on. Oh, well, in the meantime, we'll wait. So guys, feel free to ask me whatever. Keep it going. Our show is only on Tuesday. Yes, Jason Lopez, our shows are every Tuesday, only on Tuesdays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. What flavors are in the giveaway so far? Nicholas, we have, we have collections. So we've got, I believe we've got anything from Halcyon to Paparazzi to Cali Vapors, and I think there's like one other one. So do I like Vienna sausages? Honestly, I've never tried them. And now I'm going to take it back to Megan, you guys, because Megan, I think you've got 2 screens up. I'm not sure why that one's up, but we'll leave it for a second. So are you logged in? Can't hear you. No audio. I hear it. While Megan figures out her audio, you guys, I'm going to... Yes, Eric Stockton, we can take a moment to talk about doing our part. Yeah, you're going to want to mute that, Megan.
I don't know what's going on. Give me 1 second.
Okay. While Megan gets set up, you guys, I'm going to go through. Do I do anything besides awesome vids for the company? Yes, Ralph, I do. Every social media post you see, I'm posting that. I help to manage a lot of the retail sales. I do the forums, pretty much anything social media-wise. Are you good, Megan? Are you all set up?
I think I'm good now.
Awesome, cool. So I'm not sure we have 3 screens up. We're going to see if we can get rid of that. But in the meantime, I would like everyone... Ooh, we popped the live chat out. How did that happen? Okay, well, there we go. It's up. Just kidding. Okay, so Megan, let's, for everyone who's tuning in now, this is Megan. She works in customer service, and she is awesome. And I'd love to hear a little bit about how you got into vaping and kind of how you got into eJuices.com, ECD, and what's been like so far for you.
Okay, so I've been vaping for about 5 years now. I started right when I was 18. I started smoking cigarettes super underage, and my brother, Pete, he works in sales. He actually started vaping, and he got me a cig-alike, and I was like, what is this? I don't want this. If it's not a cigarette, I'm not about it. But then we actually went to a VapeCon, a competition for vaping, and I fell in love with the atmosphere, how everyone was just friends, and that's what got me started. I still, to this day, drip. I'm super old school. Can't get into the tanks, don't think the flavor's right.
And I actually started working at ECD because I used to be a mixologist, and I just didn't want to be, mixing juice anymore. I wanted to kind of be behind the scenes and help customers. So my brother was like, "Hey, I do sales at this job. Like, why don't you apply?" And as soon as I came in for my interview, I fell in love with everybody. Like, it's such a warm, I know everyone said this, but it's just like such a warm, like calm, like everyone's friends environment. Like, everyone jokes around. There's not a person in there that you don't know and don't know on a personal basis. So it's been super great so far. I've been here about a year now, and I love it. I don't want to work anywhere else.
I think that's how a lot of people in this company feel too, because like it's just warm, it's family friendly environment. We've got an office dog, you guys. I mean, it can't get any better than that. But...
Tank is the best, to be honest. But I love when Sequoia comes.
Yes, and Sequoia.
So sweet.
So the dog that you guys saw previously, the big yellow lab with Kristen, is Sequoia. She's the other office dog. So we've got two. We've got Tank, which is Billy's dog, and then Sequoia, which is Paul's dog. And they're both amazing, and we are obsessed with them here. So, Megan, why don't you tell us a little bit about how your job directly affects the consumer? Because you're talking to them every day. Like, you're out there, you're talking to people, you're interacting with the consumer. So tell us a little bit about that.
So when you guys ever have issues with broken bottles, packages not arriving, anything regarding any of your orders, you need a nicotine change, need something canceled, something's out of stock and you want to refund it, I'm going to probably 1 out of 8 times going to be the one you talk to. So anything from, like I said, helping you guys with help tickets that you send in, to making sure that your orders are sent to the warehouse and everything behind the scenes is getting transferred properly from our California supplier to our Florida supplier, and making sure that you guys get exactly what you are needing. I pretty much do anything regarding any type of order you guys place and make sure that they're actually going through completely, and just helping you guys get exactly what you want and need. Even if it's an error on your end, an error on our end, I'll go ahead and correct it for you guys.
And guys, the people in our customer service department are seriously awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever called in, but if you ever do, we've had YouTube reviewers call in without customer service's knowledge that it's someone and do reviews. Yes, we throw you guys under the fire secretly. It's okay, but because you guys are so great, we have so much faith in you that they'll have a good experience. But they always do. They always come back and say customer service is amazing and that you guys take care of them and that you listen to them. And it seems to be the biggest thing that comes up even in this live chat when people talk about, what sets eJuices.com apart from a lot of other companies is customer service. So I think it's incredibly important. Now,
definitely, I think our customer service is one of the best in the industry. As someone who's vaped for a long time, we definitely have some really good customer service. And I'm not tooting my own horn. All the other girls in customer service are phenomenal as well.
Yes, and you guys, their whole team down there is amazing. I mean, they're all buddies down there. They had you guys did like the most amazing Christmas tree setup at Christmas time with like boxes and stuff. So it's always fun if you guys want to go down and you want to have like a warm, congenial environment. Customer service here is the place to go for sure.
I agree. 100%.
So, Megan, tell us a little bit about what you did. So you were a mixologist. What about any other industries outside of vaping? Have you ever worked in anything other than vaping?
Yes, so I actually ran a photography studio by myself.
Oh.
I ran it in Costa Mesa and then also here in Las Vegas. I did the Santa sets and the Easter Bunny sets. Loved it. It was so rewarding. I love children. And then I also am a technician for animals. So I'm a zoo tech. So I take care of exotic wildlife animals, and that's what I did for about 3 years before getting into the vape industry.
Wow. Okay. First of all, I did not know all these things about you, but that is so cool. Like, how do you not have a movie about you? Like, professional photographers, zoologist, mixologist, customer service, and you and Pete are on a cloud blowing team out. You guys are captain and co-captains, right?
I actually switched teams now. I'm on a competitive team of his. So we have to battle each other every time we go to a comp.
It's Mills versus Mills. And you're the one who got Pete into vaping, huh? You said that earlier?
Pete got me into vaping.
Okay.
I got him more into going to the comps more regularly.
Okay.
I'm social. I like to go out, where he's more quiet, laid back, kind of does his own thing. But
yeah. Definitely. And for all of you guys who are watching, we're actually going to have Megan and Pete on. Megan works in customer service and Pete's in our sales department. They're brother and sister. They are totally awesome. And they also compete, like she just said, with cloud blowing. Both very knowledgeable about vaping. They've been OG vapors forever. So we're going to eventually have them for their own segment on the show. So keep an eye out, you guys. But Megan, I would love to hear a little bit about kind of your experience, since you've been so involved in vaping, your experience as far as how it's changed and what we as a company do differently than other companies that you've experienced other than customer service.
Vaping has changed so much over these last 2 years, 5 years, 7 years. Vaping has completely evolved. Like I always jokingly say to my coworkers, I wish I would have started vaping now because you guys have it so easy. Like back when I started vaping, you maybe had a stick like blue wasn't a thing yet. There was just little like claromizers and clearomizers.
Wow, blue wasn't even a thing yet.
No, and when
Wow.
blue came out, that was the coolest thing since sliced bread. Everyone wanted one. But now there's just what I like about ECD is back when I started vaping, even like with other websites, there's so much of everything. You can have whatever tank you want in whatever color you want it for the price that you want it at. You can have whatever juice you want. Like we get customers who write in all the time. There's too many options. They get so flustered because there's so much to choose from and they don't know what to pick this week or next week. But I just like how even when you call into customer service or even see us on the live show, you can just tell that everyone has a personal bond with each other. Where I feel a lot of other companies, our industry, are just not as close knit as we are, which is something that I think the customers can feel when they see us. They understand like, oh, ECD is a family, like truly.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that everybody here feels that for sure. That seems to be like the
100%.
theme throughout the show, that it's like this warm, big, congenial family. And you don't even need to be a part of it to feel that way. You can be a customer, you can be a vendor, you can be someone else in the vape industry who we're working with. Definitely. Absolutely.
Even as like someone who goes to comps and will like openly say I work at eSig distributors and eJuices.com because I'm so proud of it. People are like, oh, I used to buy from them. I didn't know you worked there, because we are like now pretty much a household name. And to see that we haven't changed, we're still the same close knit of people. We've grown like 10 times, but we're still really close. And I think that's what makes our customers always come back to us, is that we get them the products they want when the time they need it, with the care that every customer wants in their order.
So what do you find is the general complaint of consumers and something that we can improve on? No, really, really. I mean, like, I love to have this live so that people know that we care and we're trying to, improve as much as we can. What have you seen the biggest issue in customer service? What's the biggest issue?
USPS.
USPS. Okay, so it's not even us.
I don't know if they throw them off buildings or run them over with their trucks, but bottles arrive damaged all the time. But if the customers just write us in saying, hey, here's a photo of this package, it's damaged, we will happily either give you a store credit or reship it out to you if we have it in stock. But definitely USPS is our number one enemy at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've even received a couple of those, and they've come in, and I'm like, I don't know. So I end up forwarding it over to you guys. But
Yeah. But we are speaking with USPS right now. We actually have a rep, and we're getting it handled for you guys, because when you're waiting for your vape now, the last thing you want is your bottle to be broken. So we're definitely trying to get this fixed for you guys and get everything going, because I know if I order juice, I want it now and I want it perfect.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think that our customers, I think above all, our customers appreciate that, guys, if there's a mistake, whether it was our mistake, whether it was their mistake, we'll remedy it for you. Like, we want to make sure that you guys get your product. Like, we know that it's not just any other product. You guys want your vape stuff. You guys want your vape
gear. I know how I get. If I don't have my vape juice or my vape, I am losing my mind. I need it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta get the fix, right? And then people, you don't want to, have people be impatient, and it's like, so I think that it's great. I think it's amazing what customer service does, because whenever I go down there, people always call in and they're so mad, and then by the end of it, they're like, oh, thank you. And it's like,
that's the one thing. Like, we don't want you guys to have a bad day just because your vape juice didn't arrive. We want to make sure that you guys know that we do care, and we're not just trying to hurry you off the phone, that we're going to fix this for you, and we're going to fix it right now so you don't have to wait any longer.
Absolutely.
We just try to always make the customers as happy as they can be, whether it's, like you said, it's their fault, our fault, USPS's fault. We want to make sure you guys are getting exactly what you want when you want it.
Absolutely. And you guys do an amazing job at it. So, Megan, why don't you tell us a little bit about your favorite flavor? Because guess what, guys? We're throwing this collection into the giveaway, too.
So my collection only has 2 flavors in it, but they're both super good. So whatever one you want, they're really bomb. It is a vape parfait, and it's called strawberry parfait. I am a super creamy, custardy type of girl. Fruit flavors are not for me. So this flavor is literally the best parfait you will ever have in your life. It's a strawberry parfait. It's like light on the strawberry, light on the yogurt with a little granola. It's so good. I personally vaped it in a 3 milligram. I love it. There's also blueberry, which is super good. I just vaped way too much of that. Vaped it for like a year. I've been vaping this one for about a year now, but they're super good. And if you guys get them, you won't be mad. You'll love it.
I have to try it, honestly. I like
It's
parfaits.
so good.
I don't even know how I haven't tried it. So, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and link that collection in the chat. And our giveaway winner is going to receive either one of those bottles, your selection, as part of the giveaway. And before Jameson pops in, and that's going to be the last segment, you guys, we're going to have Jameson and then the giveaway. So, make sure to enter that giveaway if you haven't already. Do you have any closing thoughts for our customers? Anything that they want, anything you want them to know about ECD, about the work that you do with them?
I just want you guys to know that we really appreciate you. No matter if you're calling us angry, screaming at us, whatever, we know it's not personal. We know you're just missing your juice, and we want to make you happy. And just, I love working at ECD, and I'm really grateful that you guys are here, because if you guys weren't ordering from us, I wouldn't have a job. I'm so lucky to have the vapor industry as my full-time job, and it's because of you guys. So thank you so much, because I love it and I wouldn't want to work anywhere else, and it's all because of the customers.
I would agree. I think not just because of our company, but the customers. You guys 100% make it for us. We're so thankful. And reiterating what Billy said at the beginning of this show, we would not have, we wouldn't have our jobs, we wouldn't have this company without you guys. So we appreciate you guys, of course. And in the meantime, since we're waiting for Jameson to pop on in just another minute, do you have your vape with you, Megan?
I do.
Why don't you blow us a fat cloud?
Oh no.
Come on, just sideways. If Jameson was on time, he wouldn't be in this. Oh, here he is.
There's a baby cloud.
Okay. All right, you guys. So everyone say thank you to Megan for giving us such insightful questions. And you guys will be seeing her when her and Pete do their own show. In the meantime, you guys, if you're ever calling into customer service, there's a good chance that you're talking to Megan. So she'll make sure to take care of you guys. Make sure that you get everything you need. So thank you, Megan. Thanks for answering our questions. Thanks for being an amazing guest. And I will see you tomorrow morning.
Bye, you guys. See you Monday. Thanks, customers.
Have a good night. All right, you guys. So to help me close out the segment, I have here Jameson with me. And I don't know if you guys remember him from last week, but he did the live show with me and he ate the donut from the ceiling and we pied each other in the face and it was a good old time. So thanks for joining us, Jameson.
Thanks, happy to be here.
And not only is he going to be helping me answer some questions, but he's also going to help me do the drum roll, an announcement for our giveaway, you guys, at the end of the show. So we are going to be announcing that winner around 7:45. So if you have not entered the giveaway already, you're going to want to do so now. We have 8 mini winners and 1 big winner that I'll be announcing. If you are not in the chat, you will not be considered. So we're going to say, hey, you guys, are you here? If you don't say within a minute or two that you're here, we're going to move on to the next winner or possible winner. So Jameson, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into vaping, and how you got into ECD/eJuices.com.
Well, a little bit about me. I'm born and raised in California. I was born in Walnut Creek, which is rad. Lived in Huntington Beach most of my life. Did a lot of jobs in retail and restaurant management, so I got to learn to talk real well and good and stuff. And then I took that and kind of went into more of a technical side, where I was a computer tech for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Huntington Valley for a lot of years, which was a great time. My mom is a preschool teacher there still. My sister used to be an administrator over there, so I really love the project that the Boys and Girls Club does. But that wasn't sustainable for the long term. So I had some friends working actually here. She was the customer service manager when this is 3 years ago now, but she was the manager and she posted, hey, anybody looking for work? And I was really unhappy in my retail job. So I jumped at the opportunity and here I am 2.5 years later.
And were you a vapor before you started here? Or was that kind of like, did you have any sort of tobacco products prior to vaping and then you made the switch, or did you just kind of go right into vaping?
I was a death stick smoker. I was up to almost a pack a day right before I got the job here. And I remember my first day, I went out for a smoke break and I just got the side eye from everybody at the company. Like, what is it? And so I felt really awkward and out of place. So I was like, I got to give it a try. And honestly, within the first day, you feel infinitely better when you switch off cigarettes. Your hands don't stink, your clothes don't stink. I actually have a computer right now that I'm working on for a friend, and it smells like cigarettes because he's a smoker, and I'm not a smoker anymore. So it seeps into your electronics, it seeps into everything. So not having that anymore was a load off and just makes you feel cleaner and better in general. So it was an easy switch once I started.
I believe it. I mean, we got Damien saying long arm, long arm, long arm in the chat for you. He's so excited that you're on right now. But no, I know what you mean. My parents smoked for years. They were like almost up to 2 packs a day, I think. And inside of our house, because they had like ashtrays in the house and everything, there were like rings around the doors. And when people would open Christmas presents from us, it would smell like cigarettes. And I never noticed it because I grew up in that. So
you don't even notice.
yeah, they were like, it reeks. And I'm like, of what? Limited to? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, but no, definitely. And now you're watermelon king at this company, correct?
I am. There's actually, I'm sure somebody will throw the link in there for you right now since
Yeah.
I'm not. But my favorite juice right here is this watermelon fun drip. It's in a 60 ml, but I've probably vaped about 6,000 milliliters of it. I've gone through probably 100 bottles of this stuff. When we used to have our retail shop, which a lot of other people have talked about, I used to go downstairs and just vape, and people would always ask, "What are you vaping? What are you vaping?" And I probably sold 100 bottles of this.
Wow, of that one, because that's your ADV that you are like always on, right?
Hands down ADV. They actually had an original flavor. It's modeled after the Fun Drip candy, the one that's like the sugar stick and the powder, and it tastes identical, spot on. But the original flavor didn't have watermelon or blue raspberry, which you'll see in the collection. It was just a straight sugar stick, and like it was amazing. And they only tasted 15 mils, and it was godly. I hope Liquid Guys is hearing this and they put it out again because that was a great flavor.
That's amazing. Liquid Guys, if you're out and about, hear our prayer. You guys in the chat, we're going to go ahead and throw in that into the giveaway. That is our final and 8th bottle for the mini giveaways. So the people who we select in the giveaway, numbers 1 through 8, will receive all of the bottles, or not all of the bottles, but you'll get a bottle each based on which guest presented it. So like guest number 8 is going to receive anything from the Fun Drip collection. And like I said, in 10 minutes, we're going to be selecting that big winner who's going to be getting a $300 credit to eJuices.com. So
and
Jameson,
I can't win, unfortunately.
You can't.
Bummed about that.
No, you can't. I'm sorry. So Jameson, why don't you tell us a little bit about your favorite experience of working here? What's been the most enjoyable part? You've been here 2.5 years, correct?
Yeah, 2.5 years. I think my favorite part about being here, besides the people, honestly, the people that I work with are the best people I've ever worked with. They're instantly friends. They're instantly family. They all treat each other with the same respect. So that's probably my favorite part about coming into work every day. It's just everybody's on the same page. Everybody's on the same team. And that's an amazing feeling to come into. But my most fun job that I've done here, most fun task that I've had has got to just be the growth. Because when I started on the websites, we had a wholesale website and a retail website, and they had, I want to say, 165 juices on wholesale and then 200 juices on retail. And that was all Corbin. Corbin had set all that up. He talked a little bit about how he started at the bottom. Now he's CTO. Well, I picked up his pieces. He gave them to me. So I took the ball and just started running, and just seeing the growth come from 160 brands to now 2,180 something. It's just mind blowing that I've been here that long and built all those. And well, that's what
I'm about to get into.
Yeah.
So for everyone on the show, guys, all the products that you see on our site, Jameson and his team builds those in. So Jameson, we didn't get your formal title at the beginning, but since we're on it, why don't you tell everybody what your formal title is and what you actually do and how that affects the customer on a daily basis?
My title here is lead web supervisor, or lead web specialist. I'm sorry. And pretty much I do everything that involves any of our websites. So all the bottles of the juice that you see, chances are we took a picture of that in our little light studio, and then we edit all that out, get it all clean and pretty, put it up on the website. And then my job on a day-to-day basis is, you heard from Matt earlier. He is the vendor relations, so he gets the guys on the phone and is like, "Hey, we love your juice. Let's get you." And then he gets all that information from them, turns it into me, and I turn it into those beautiful collections and websites or web pages and make sure all the information is correct. And honestly, to anybody watching, my favorite thing in the world is for you guys to find typos on our website.
Really?
That means you're reading. That means you care. So please keep making me good at my job by finding out when I do something, oops.
Now we're going to have a bunch of copywriters going on and being like, scanning through all the...
I love typos. I love knowing I was wrong on something. So.
And you're the Stitch King, correct? So guys, we use we used this app called Stitch to get all of the products in, and Jameson has actually, what is it now? You put the most products in ever
Yeah, there's account managers, and one of the account managers said that through all of Stitch, so it's not just us that uses this inventory management system, but a lot of websites do, and through every single case that he's seen, all of them combined have not linked as many products as we have on eJuices.com and eliquid.com and all those channels. Those are all, we're the king. We've linked more products than anybody else. Our inventory is really that large. We really do have the biggest selection, and we didn't start that way. We built ourselves up, and it's just, that's my favorite part about working here, is seeing that sheer growth.
And then, of course, the culture that you mentioned earlier, which is what everyone's pretty much said on this show thus far.
Honestly, it's family out here. And I came from California. I was in the Vapor Loft shop when we renamed it, and that's actually a fun little fact that I wanted to share. A lot of people were talking about the Vapor Loft and how it was real sad to see it go, but there was a transition period when we couldn't call it the Vapor Loft, and we had to come up with another name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what was it?
They originally just put eJuices.com on the door, and I was like, why don't you call it offline?
Ooh.
So they did that, and then I named the store. That was my only.
Oh, so you're not just the Stitch King; you're the namer of stores.
Yeah. Challenge accepted. That was my vote last week.
It's true. It's true, you guys. The title of our show is Challenge Accepted, and that was definitely Jameson's idea. And he also saved me from having to eat a donut on camera. I was not able to get out of getting a pie in the face, though. That definitely we both had to go through that together. So
if you're watching, I'm ready for this rematch.
Oh, we're gonna have a rematch, but he was a good sport. He pied himself at the face at the end, too.
Really
so
cool.
yeah, they were a good one. So for all of you guys who don't know, or if you're popping on, I'm going to say it one more time since we have a 5-minute mark. Right around 7:45, we are going to be selecting our giveaway winners. So how many giveaway winners do we have? We have a total of 9 this evening. So we have the first 8, which you're going to receive a bottle. So like winner number 1 is going to receive whatever Billy recommended, that collection. Winner number 2 is going to receive whatever Matt recommended, that collection, and so on. And winner number 9 is going to be our overall winner, who is going to receive $300 in eJuices credit spread out across 12 months. That's $25 a month for 12 months to eJuices.com. So that's at least a bottle a month from us, you guys, if not more items with a bottle.
Get some coils too.
It's a good one. It's a good one, you guys. So be sure to do that. And this is 7:45 Pacific Standard Time. So in another 3 to 4 minutes, we're going to be selecting those giveaway winners. So Jameson, why don't you tell me a little bit about, so you started the Boys and Girls Club and now you're in lead web designer. How was your experience? How did you work your way up to lead web designer? Was it breaking Stitch? Was it making all these leaps? Was it the growth, or?
Well, my first day, I was hired and interviewed to be IT. So I was going to be the guy that got new computers, new monitors, all that kind of stuff.
So Bob.
And we were so small when I first started that they didn't have anything. My first day, all I did was fix Billy's mom's printer. That was my entire 8-hour shift, was fixing. And they're like, maybe Corbin had to find something for me to do. So he was like, let me show you how to build these web pages, and we'll see if you are any good at that.
And you were, clearly.
It's just been like lightning struck, and I've just been off running since then. But it's been really cool. I was doing it by myself at first, and then after about a year, and then we expanded to a couple more websites. They added a couple people to my team. So shout out to Carl, and shout out to my old team. We got V and Damien Maker, the guy in the chat room that's blowing it up.
Yes.
I created that, man.
Did you? You created. So yeah, you guys, we have Jameson, and then on his team there's Hunter, Carl, and then Damien in the chat, who used to be.
Hunter and Carl.
Yeah, shout out to Hunter and Carl. And other than Alex, these guys are my favorite people to go bug in the middle of the day. I'm always in their office talking about some BS, so they get to see me all the time.
Our office actually has a nickname that I was told from some of the higher ups.
What?
It's called the frat house.
The frat house.
That's the name of my office.
Oh, we gotta give you guys like a name, like Kappa Kappa Goo, or like something. The frat house. I like that. All right, I'm gonna make you guys a sign after the show. But so guys, we've got another minute or so until the giveaway. So Jameson, why don't you give us some of your closing thoughts to the customers? Anything that you'd like them to know right before we wrap this up and do that giveaway?
It's been touched on a lot, but thank everybody who's ever purchased anything from our sites. You are the reason that I'm not unemployed. You're the reason that I have a roof over my head and that I'm able to eat. And it's an incredible feeling to know that we're actually helped. I've been reading the comments from Mullins family, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the names. I'm nervous, but the people in the chat that have been saying how they quit smoking and how it's bettered their lives, like that's truly what we live for as a company. We could care less about how much money we make, but when we see those kind of stories and we see people reaching out to us with that kind of impact, it's really incredible.
It really is, and especially I think that it's such a young industry that everybody who has a hand in it really feels like they're making a difference, because it is so, we do face so many regulations, and we do go up against so much, and it is so young, and it is so new, and there's always something around the corner to be advancing on, that I think it's just incredible that we have this like togetherness because of that. So, and then this company in general, you guys, like we've been saying this whole show, the culture here is amazing, and we could not do it without you. So thank you to all of our consumers. Thank you to all of you guys who came out to view us tonight. And Jameson, I think it's ready for a drum roll for this giveaway. So you guys, I'm going to go select it right now. Our 9 winners. Let's see.
That really hurt my fingers. Yeah, what's the problem?
I'm pulling them up. The computer's taking forever. So you guys, thank you for watching us tonight. If you have any questions for us after the show, feel free to leave them in the comments. I know that you guys had some questions for Corbin and a few other people prior to all of this. So if you guys have any questions and you weren't able to get it in, just go ahead and comment, and we will make sure that it gets to the person that it needs to get to. So you guys, I'm pulling up the winners right now. Here they are. So numbers 1 through 8, you guys are going to be our mini giveaway winners. So if you're number 1, you're going to get the paparazzi collection that Billy gave out, and vice versa. If you're unsure, if like you're number 3 and you're unsure of what collection that is, feel free to go back in the video. We have a list of those collections, and we will be issuing to you guys tomorrow. So you won't hear from us tonight, but when we get into the office tomorrow morning, we'll make sure to get all of you guys your eJuice, and whoever the grand winner is, we'll make sure to get you your gift card and everything, discount code for that next 12 months ready to go. So here we go. Let's drum roll again, Jameson. Our winners are, we've got Amanda G as winner number 1. Congratulations, Amanda G. Winner number 2, we got TJ, and that's one of my brand ambassador peeps, and I think Amanda actually is too. Congratulations, you guys. Winner number 3 is Amber P. Winner number 4 is Jacob P. Woohoo! Winner number 5, Brian L. Winner number 6, Michael C. I don't know which Michael that is, but winner number 7, Michael H. Winner number 8, Roger R. So those are our first 8 winners. And our final overall giveaway winner is Joshua H. Congratulations, Joshua. Nice. You got $25 a month for the next year to eJuices.com. Please, everyone in the chat, if you are one of these winners, and I'm going to leave it up for another minute, please say that you are present. If you are not here, I'm going to have to draw another person. So please let us know that you're in the chat and in the next minute or so. So thank you guys. So I'm going to leave that up for another minute. We've got Amanda is number 1, TJ is number 2, Amber is number 3, Jacob is number 4, Brian is number 5, Michael C is number 6, Michael H is number 7, and Roger R is number 8. You guys are all going to get those collections. We'll give you all of that access tomorrow morning. All of the winners, please email me at ejuicescom@gmail.com. I'll be sure to put that in the chat as well. Let me go ahead and uncover Jameson's face. So guys, if you're a winner, email me at ejuicescom@gmail.com. And hey, you guys, if someone doesn't show up in this chat tonight, you guys might get an email tomorrow that you're one of our winners if we redraw. So congratulations to the winners. Thank you guys for joining us for this 5-year anniversary. It's been an incredible journey. I know for me, I've been here about a year. Jameson's been here 2.5 years, and we had everybody who's been here from a little under a year to since the company started. So it's been an amazing show. Thank you guys for your interaction. Thank you for all you do. We would not be able to do what we do as a company without you guys. Jameson, you have any closing thoughts?
Just happy Tuesday, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yes. And Michael H, to answer the question, yes, Michael H is you. So I will go through the chat and make sure that everyone checked in. And if not, then one of you guys might be receiving an email tomorrow unexpectedly that you're one of our winners. And if so, then all 9 of you guys will be getting your prizes tomorrow morning. So thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good evening. We'll be back again next week, same time, 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I think we're good, Jameson. That about wraps it up. Have a good night, you guys. Alex.
Tuesday.
Thanks for joining us.